Hello and welcome to another episode of Wolf Ridge Woodworking. Today is a really cool project. It's for a tattoo artist friend of mine, and it's going to be a really cool and funky pen. So let's get started.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Now we have to mark the pen blank to cut on the bandsaw. So I have my two brass tubes out here. I've got my instructions, and according to the instructions, the shorter barrel is the upper part of the pen, where the lower barrel is the longer one. So we're going to mark that, and what I like to do is, if you can see on here, this has got a grain pattern to it. So I want to make sure that when the pen is assembled, I keep those grain patterns aligned. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, on this far end here, I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch gap, and I'm going to mark it up against the tube here. So then when I cut, I'll cut on that line. So on the upper part of the pen, I'm going to put again right on the line, and then I'm going to mark about 1/8 of an inch on the other side, and this is where I will cut the pen blank so that it's matched here, and I've got excess in case it chips out on the drill when I drill it, so that the matching grain is here but the excess is here. So when I drill, I'm going to drill from the center point out, and the same thing with the upper tube, the center point out. So if I do blow it out and it chips out the end, it's chipping out on the end where I've got the excess. So once I have them glued in, I'll be able to sand them flush, and then I'll be able to turn them. So now let's go over to the bandsaw and cut this pen blank. So one of the things that take into consideration when you're making a pen out of an acrylic blank is that while it may seem that it's a solid color, as you start to turn the blank and it gets thin, it does become more translucent. So occasionally when you get thin on this down to the size of the bushings, that you will see the brass tube. So it's always a good idea that when that might be the case is to just give the brass tubes a quick paint, coat of spray paint. So I just created this little jig that holds the brass tubes on a screw while I paint them. So I'm just going to go in and paint them with some paint now, and then I will let them dry. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to really be seen, so it's just a general coating of paint. And I am not a good spray painter. I could have never tagged anything out on the street, so I definitely lose my street creds here. Just a quick coat, and that's all it would take, I should say. So now we're just going to let this dry for a few minutes, and then we will glue them into the tubes after we drill them. So now we are going to glue the brass tubes in. The paint's completely dried. So we're going to take the upper blank and put some glue on it. And I'm going to put it into the end that I've got marked. Rotate it a bit to get the glue just evenly distributed. And then put it just past the surface. Wipe up my glue so it doesn't really get messy, and I can reuse this. And now we're going to glue the upper tube. There we go. Just below the surface. And wipe the excess off. And now, as opposed to with the glue, we're going to have to let this dry for a little bit because sometimes the glue and the sticking to the acrylic here doesn't really absorb as quickly as, say, the wood does. So we're going to give this a little bit of extra time to cure. Okay, so now what we're going to do is square off the blank so that it fits flush with the pen kit. So I'm just going to go through and flush both ends, and then switch to the tip part, and then we'll go ahead and bring it over to the lathe to get it turned. So here we go. So now I've got it mounted into the lathe. I've got the bearings that are for this particular pin kit on here, and now I'm going to turn it down to the bushings using my round carbide cutter. And I'm going to, because this is acrylic, it does require a little bit higher RPMs in order to get a good cut without it chipping out. So I'm going to go up to probably about 2400 RPMs. Let me go ahead and get my tool rest set up here. I like to be just below center, turn it just to make sure it's going to not hit the tool rest. So I need to go down just a little bit further. Oh, this is in the way. Alrighty, let's see, I think that's going to do it. So now I'm going to just check it, make sure, yep, we're good. So now I'm going to turn the speed up to about 2400 RPM. And now we're going to go ahead and start turning this and again, matching it down to the bushing. So now that it's turned down to the bushings, I'm going to use my micro mesh pads because this is acrylic. I'm not going to put any CA finish on it. It doesn't require sanding with 150 grit. So I'm just going to use my micro mesh pads, which again go from 1500 in grit all the way up to 12,000 in grit. I'm going to be turning and sanding at 1000 RPM, and I'm just going to go through the grits using a wet sandpaper, this micro mesh, and then wiping it off in between. So I'm going to get started now. Alrighty, and that takes it up till 12,000 grit, and you can see that it's got a beautiful shiny finish on it, almost like mirror-like. Again, because I painted those brass tubes, you can't see that brass coming through. It just is all white. It's got a beautiful finish on it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the plastic polish out, and we are going to give it at least one coat, and then turn this lathe speed up to around 1500 RPM and buff it out, and we'll see what it looks like then, and then we'll decide if we're going to put another coat on it. So I'm going to apply this polish with the lathe speed down low. Just going to rub it in, kind of like car polish. You're just going to apply it, and then let it sit there for a minute. And we're going to turn the lathe speed up. And now we're going to buff it out. Just move it around, get a clean spot in the rag. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's a perfect finish. So we're going to leave it at that. And now we're going to bring this over to the assembly table, and we're going to put this pin together. So now we're going to assemble the pin. I've got the pin parts laid out in the order that the instruction says to do that. So the first thing that we have to do is insert this coupler into either end. It's the same size. And one of the things that you may not be able to see on camera, but there's a recess at the end of this. So that's the end that I'm going to insert into the blank. So now I'm just going to press this in until it's flat. Alrighty, so then the next thing that we have to do again is on the other end insert this other coupler. Again, it's got an indent, so we know that's where we need to put this in. going to do it and make sure that it's doesn't go wonky on you. Just want to make sure that it's flat and insert that. Okay. So now it's you know, we've got this installed, and I think we can move on to the other side. Actually, we can assemble. I think this is right. It's my very first time putting this kit together. So we're going to put the pen tip on, and then we're going to put the spring on and insert it, and then install the mechanism, the transmission, and then we can see that the pin comes in and out, so we know that works. It's very smooth. So now the next step is to we have to press the band into the upper assembly, and again, it doesn't matter. Let's just make sure that I didn't insert this into the wrong way. Yep. Okay, and here is you know, it's going to fit together. So we're going to insert this. And again, press it. Make sure it stays flush. Is a good fit. So the next thing that we need to do is insert the assembly here. Until it's flush. And now we can insert our clip and screw on the cap. And I'm going to turn it so that it's, you'll see in a second, so that it lines up correctly. And now we can push the two assemblies together. And now we have a completed pin, and it looks pretty cool. It's really funky, and it's kind of heavy, so it's got a good weight to it. But let's see, and hopefully that's in focus, and hopefully you can see that. I'm going to put some stills at the end, but it's a really funky pin. I think Matt's going to like it, my tattoo artist, and it's a really, really cool pin. And so I'll put some stills at it. So thank you again for joining me today in another project for Wolf Ridge Woodworking, and I look forward to seeing you on the next project.